Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Rule the Waves 3 as Japan. So, unfortunately our war with Britain ended up ending prematurely. Or at least in my opinion it's premature. All because of, we'll blame it on traitorous diplomats. You know, they accepted some bribes from the British government or something, I don't know. That's what we'll go with. Let me get my timer started, and we are probably going to end up with our 20th war against Russia. Because unfortunately for us, Russia just wants to keep fighting us. And it's annoying because I don't care to fight Russia. But whatever, let's go ahead and continue on. One thing I am questioning is, do we want to adjust our air groups and maybe possibly get rid of the torpedo bombers? The dive bombers use missiles. They love using missiles, and even so, you know, those are better. God damn it, they cut our budget. We're already losing, 2,100 bucks a month. Let's see, working on problems of improved high-speed drag calculations, but successes so far eluded us. Improved ASW mortar / rocket launcher increases effectiveness of ASW mortars and enables them on AVs and CAs. Wonderful. That means I will probably need to redo some stuff. Potentially. You know, if we decide to go that route. Well, you know what? I think we're making enough money that we'll survive, but hopefully, we get some money back. Fortunately, the U.S. decided not to renew their security agreement with us. Ooh, really, Italy? You're going to do 110 aircraft on a CV. I basically never do more than 100 in Rule the Waves 3. Rule the Waves 2, I did not mind doing. I didn't mind doing, like 120 sometimes, but, okay. Improved 40mm automatic cannons, improving our medium AA effectiveness. Wonderful. Anything interesting here? We have more ships in the Northern Pacific than we can support. Why do we have anything in the Northern Pacific? Why is there a corvette in the Northern Pacific? What the hell is it doing there? Okay, it's something on foreign station, but you have literally zero reason to be on foreign station in the Northern Pacific because we have nothing there. I'm going to tell you to go to Northeast Asia because I think you're confused as to where you should be. Gaga finished working up. Wonderful. Internal upheaval in Sumatra, China. Ooh, Sumatra. The name sounds familiar. I mean, it should, probably. I don't recall where the hell it is. Oh, it's in Indonesia. Yeah, we're going to issue an ultimatum demanding that they back down. Really wish there was a button here for, view location or something. That would be great. Yeah, China's trying to go in. We're going to tell them, nope, you are going to back down or we will, I don't know, go to war with you or something. which I won't complain about because I would love to go to war with China. I want to retake some of our shit. China is unimpressed and decides to go ahead anyway. Okay, wonderful. That makes perfect sense. Kawanishi, new floatplane scout. It is better in every way except for toughness, where it is... Well, actually, that's not true. It is actually worse when it comes to range, which is the more important stat for this. Don't care too much for the speed. We're going to say no to that. Russia managed to defeat the rebels in Tunisia. Well, let's try to, increase our spying on China and see if we can piss them off more, because, that's the highest I think we've gotten tensions with them in quite a while. So maybe we get lucky. Why are you guys slightly under where you should be? Let's get that fixed. Improved foam extinguisher system, early surface-to-surface missiles, wonderful. Okay, now here's our brand new dedicated... Ooh, I'm liking that Kawanishi. It has absolutely no firepower, but it has a lot of range, and it is faster. And for some reason they decided, yeah, sure, let's make it carry a 1,000-pound bomb. Do I need a range of 350 nautical miles on a floatplane scout? Not really. Not really. There's not much of a use for it, generally speaking. Most stuff that you'll be scouting out to is maybe 200 at most, and even that's pretty rare, really, in my experience. But no, it's still the better design in my opinion, so we're going to take it. But it is admittedly overkill on the max range. Oh, Nakajima has a brand new fighter, or an improvement to the fighter, rather. They have improved the max speed by 10 knots, improved the cruising speed by 5, slight improvements to the ranges, but nothing significant. We'll take it because there's no reason to say no. Okay, again, we have a ship in the Central Pacific who has no reason to be there. Go to Northeast Asia and figure out where the hell to go from there. I'm sure you can figure it out. Okay, let's see. Disarmament conference. No, piss off. There we go. Improves the firefighting in carriers. Would have been useful earlier. New naval patrol aircraft from Nakajima. Ooh, I am loving that range. We're getting over 1,000 nautical miles of range on a prop plane. Granted, it's a pretty decent sized prop plane, but nonetheless. And ooh, damn, that is a massive bomb load. If these were in any way reliable when it came to actually hitting stuff with the bombs, they would do significant damage. 4 1,600-pound bombs landing on a carrier, a dreadnought, basically anything is gonna mess it up. But unfortunately, they're not good at bombing. Again, we'll take the improvements because there's no reason to say no. Large shrapnel AA guns gives limited AA capability to heavy main guns if used. We are not going to do that. Shipborne HFDF improves intelligence and ASW capabilities. Wonderful. Our new dive bomber is ready for operational service. The game is sending a ship back to the Northern Pacific for some reason. Tensions with America are increasing because we are allied with Spain, who is apparently their historical enemy. Apparently the game is taking the Spanish-American War very serious. Because I feel like that's a bit crazy. China is hosting an international regatta and sail race. Our well-trained crew is the favorite to win. What are our instructions? Go for the win. Screw China. Let's piss them off. I want to go to war. Come on. Come on, China. I know you want to fight me again. You lose, handedly, but I know you want to fight me again. Let's see. Nothing here regarding tension changes that I can see. Okay, we should start to make some money again next turn. There has been a rebellion in the British possession of Egypt. What do we recommend? Well, I would love to go to war with Britain again, although admittedly with just Spain as our ally, I'm not looking forward to it too much. But we should support the rebels to create trouble for Great Britain. There we go. Now we're making money again. Now here's the thing. The Mutsukis need to go in for a refit. However, I think we're not going to do the refit that I did previously for them. Mostly because there's not a good reason to. Let's see. What do we do here? Okay. Do I want to give you minesweeping gear? What's the ASW value of some of the other guys? This would basically put you on par ASW-wise. You know what? I don't think we're going to give you minesweeping gear. I would need to replace machinery to... Yep, okay. We'll do that. I'm fine with that. It's going to be expensive again. But it'll be worth it. In my opinion. And let's increase the number of torpedo tubes. Because I would love to have more. Okay, yep. That looks to be everything we're going to be doing here. Let's upgrade the turret era. Get the nicer looking dual turrets as opposed to the Dreadnought era ones. Yeah, we can't go any faster than 36, which I'm fine with 30. Don't want to go ahead and have you guys do the spacious upgrade now. I'm thinking I am going to, because we're going to need it in a couple of years. I think it's 1950 when that changes. So let's go ahead and have you guys do it now, because might as well. We're going to lose money again as a result of me doing this. An absolute boatload of money. Holy shit, I didn't realize it was going to be that expensive. Let's, we're going to have to stagger these until we free up some more budget. It's a lot more expensive than I thought it was going to be. German government is offering to sell us something. We will buy it, thank you. This gives us search radar 4 and fire control radar 4 as well. Miniaturized proxy fuses increases 3-inch AA effectiveness. Wonderful. I'm surprised Germany wanted to sell us that, considering tensions are a little up there. They're not super high, but they are up there. The rebels in Egypt have unfortunately been eradicated, which sucks. Kaga's going to be out in 2 turns. But the nations have finished their rebuilds. The Italian government is offering to sell us the rights to radar and electronics, improved Silson data transfer. Sure, yes, I'll take it. Improves light AA and medium AA effectiveness. Wonderful. Okay, there we go. That frees up a ton of money. Let's get these rebuilds on the Mutsukis going. The Zuikaku will be out this turn. Italy is interested in buying shipborne HFDF. By all means, I need the money. Our chief scientist says they are searching for a solution of 4-inch autoloaded dual-purpose guns, but frankly, this is complicated stuff. I'll take your word for it. Wait, what was that? Something about assisted gunnery? There are reports that French scientists have invented radar-assisted gunnery. Why do I feel like you guys are behind on that, if you're just getting it now? Yeah, no, that's literally Fire Control Radar 1. You're just getting that now? When did we get that? I wish the game would tell you the year that you got stuff here. But we got that a while back. But France just got it now. Okay, Zuikaku, copy the air group from the Kaga and put it on the Zuikaku. You did not. Forgot to make you guys night capable. Dive bombers I don't think can be yet, right? Yep. Fighters. Fighters can't be yet either, okay. We'll survive. 9 10-inch guns on a Chinese heavy cruiser. Nakajima's developed a new light jet fighter. It's a bit faster, but it has less range, so we're going to say no. China wants to buy our dive bomber. Sure. Why not? I'll survive. We piss off Russia somehow by doing that. Tensions with Russia increase due to historical enmity. You can just piss off Russia. I don't care to fight you. It's literally a waste of my time to fight you. Please just leave me alone. You have nothing I want, and you don't really have the ability to threaten me in a significant way. Sure, we'll raise tensions with France. Because I need money anyway. Let's kick up our spying on Russia, because we're probably going to war with them, and I'd like to have the intel preferably out of the gate, if we can get it. Advanced airborne radar enables night-capable fighters. Wonderful. We're going to go ahead and make those upgrades on the carriers. Don't think we're going to touch that on the land-based stuff, however. Still no night-capable dive bombers. Nope, not yet. Chinese light cruiser. That is a tiny light cruiser. Probably meant to be a... I'm going to assume this is probably supposed to be like an AA cruiser. Searching for a solution to airdropped homing ASW torpedoes, but frankly, this is complicated stuff. Unexpected advancements in amphibious operations, we got nothing. Nakajima has a new improvement to the naval patrol aircraft again. Mostly range improvements, bit more firepower. 1,200 nautical miles on the light range. Holy crap. Nakajima, you continue to be one of the companies that I just absolutely love your improvements. Russia grants independence to the Baltics. Prime Minister suggests that as the command of Southeast Asia is vacant, Kaigan Taisho Oki, who is below average but well connected, might do a... No. I do see your point, sir, but we must follow the procedures for appointments. He's below average. Why the hell would I give him the position? No, sorry. You're on your own there, buddy. I mean, seriously, why would I give him the position? He's shit. Let's see if we can get a quick refit in on the Kinugasas without, you know, breaking the bank. Let's see. 59 if we stick with the 5-inch guns. Or 61 if we go down to the 3-inch guns, and it frees up a boatload of weight. Is there anything to do with that weight? No. Well, that's not true. Technically, we could put missiles on the Kinugasas. Actually, they're not that heavy. I was going to say they're kind of heavy, but nope, that's actually very much incorrect. They are not that heavy. Well, in this day and age, missiles doesn't hurt. But the question is, do we sacrifice our ability to engage light ships by using 3-inch autoloaded secondaries for better heavy AA? Or do we stick with the nice 5-inch guns? It's only a difference of 2 heavy AA. But I will need to find a way to free up about 70 tons of space. Which I can do. I want all 4 tubes. Thank you. And 4-inch guns are just straight up worse than either right now. You know what? We're going to say screw it. We're going to go down to the 3-inch guns. We're going to significantly increase our rounds per gun. We're going to install 4 heavy ship-to-ship missile tubes. We're not going to give them any reloads, so it's just the 4 missiles. If we give them reloads, then that takes up topside space. So it's the main reason why we're not doing that. That obviously might change down the road, but as of right now, the Kinugasa is going to be as is. This is going to be an expensive rebuild, and we have 5 of them that we're rebuilding. Just like with the Mutsukis, we're going to go ahead and say, go ahead and do the upgrade to spacious accommodations. Mostly because we already have the weight, and again, it's going to be necessary in about 2 years anyway. Like I said, I believe it's 1950, sometime in 1950, when you get an event that basically says, hey, if you don't have spacious accommodations, you get penalties on your ships. So pretty much any rebuilds going forward where it's possible to make that adjustment, we're going to do it. So, another expensive rebuild. It's 8 months. Same as the Mutsuki's. We're going to free up a whole bunch of money in a couple of turns on the Mutsuki's, but I still got a few more that are still on pause. Some of our scientists have theorized about electro-optical director, but it might be beyond the state of our science at present. That's unfortunate. And there's our improved 3-inch autoloaders. So those are going to be even better. Angled flight decks for the next generation CVs. That'll be helpful for jets. I believe jets actually get a penalty if you do not have angled flight deck, which is just all the more reason to, I guess, not really build jet-capable CVs until you get that, in a sense. Kaigen Daisa Sugisaka of the CA Haguro, average loose cannon timid, has presented a radical suggestion for night fighting training that he claims will improve crew efficiency radically. Well, one should not be set in old ways. We should try it out. Or do we say, I have seen it, and I must admit that I am impressed by his suggestion. We should adopt them forthwith. This gets us 3 training things. It's expensive. But night battles are going to be a lot more. But do you need night fighting as much in this era? Considering the amount of bonuses that we're getting, mostly just because of radar at this point, does it really matter? I think we're just going to take the crew quality. We could try some of it out, but we're not going to take the full institute the training regimen. Improved guidance system, beyond our state of our science at present. Okay, Russia's calmed down, luckily for us. I say luckily, mostly just because, again, I don't really care to fight them. They're not a threat in any way. Spy from Italy. Italy, what are you doing spying on me? Give it maximum publicity. Kawanishi has another light jet fighter. I'm pretty sure they were the ones from before as well. Quite a bit faster, still less range. I'm going to say no. Okay, that is a lot of money just freed up all of a sudden. So the question is, what do we have for building current designs? Oh, nothing. We have nothing for current design. So, change of plans. Let's take a look at brand new CV. Maybe. Angled flight deck. I can't do auto carrier conversion, so let's just tell you to design a brand new CV anyway from scratch. Give me the angled flight deck. Whoops. Give me the angled flight deck. No. Give me the angled flight. Game. 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 Come on. Just do me a solid and give it to me without me needing to, deal with the hassle of trying to put it on there myself. Come on, auto design. I literally have the technology. Why are you not doing it? I know you can because I've seen you do it. Is it maybe because of the era? So you're just not going to do it automatically for me? That's annoying. That is very annoying. I don't know. That looks weird to me. Doesn't quite look right, does it? Yeah, that just looks off to me for some reason. Like, it's just kind of going to be hanging by a thread there. There you go, that's a little bit better looking. I don't know what you're doing there with those lines, game. Supposed to be like that? That just looks off to me as well. But I'm blaming you, game, because you're the one who's not doing this automatically for me for some reason. So I gotta do it like this. And it looks hideous. But that's what happens when you don't do it for me, game. This is what happens when you don't do it for me. So, how large can I build you guys? Well, one, game is overloading you with medium AA. 48,800 tons is the largest I can build you. So there we go. Nope, still sticking with oil and turbine. 3-inch belt, 2-inch turret tops. 290 guns there. I want my full 100 load, if you don't mind. We will find a way to make it work. I'm sure there's a way. May need to take away ammo or something. Oh, the ammo's only worth like 2 per 5. Do we give you a box magazine? I don't think that's a great idea. What is... Why can I not do this? What is wrong with it, game? Oh, it's probably part of the torpedo defense. Jesus Christ, the weight. Going from 3 to 4 is a pretty significant jump. I mean, they're all pretty significant jumps, I guess, so that's not too surprising. At least it shouldn't be. I want 100 aircraft, game. I really do. I want 100 aircraft. Do we not auto-load you? I feel like that hampers you pretty significantly, honestly. Let's do 1 fire control position. That'll free up some stuff. I want a little bit of flight deck armor and whatnot. We'll shave weight on the turrets and whatnot, although it's not doing much. Screw it, we'll try the box magazine. I don't think it's going to work, though. Still have absolute metric load. 1,400 and some change on weight remaining that I gotta figure out a way to make work. Go down to 2-inch belts, which I don't really want to do, but might have to. Let's get rid of the light AA for now. Ship is still way overweight. I don't think we actually have a way that we can do this right now. I'm thinking we are going to have to skimp a little on the air capacity. Let's do like 290, I guess. Or excuse me, 90, not 290. Jesus, that would be a lot of aircraft. We're going to have to stick with the magazine box to try to get this to fit. I'm not giving you SSMs. That's just stupid. Do we still want just 1 inch of flight deck armor? I really would like to go to 2 if I can, but I don't think we can afford that at all. Okay, fine. We'll do 2.5 inches of belts armor with box magazine, a 2-inch deck, 1.5-inch flight deck, and a 1-inch hanger side armor. This should all help quite a bit with the survivability, and we will hope that at some point in the future we will get enough various improvements to weight savings that we can maybe, possibly, maybe afford to upgrade the air capacity to the full 100 load. But for now, this is what we're stuck with. It's not a terrible design, it's just not necessarily what I'm going for. Let's see, we can go with the Shokaku that it is going for right now, which I'm okay with. Yeah, we'll stick with the Shokaku. That's fine with me. We'll stick with the one fire control. Yeah, we'll stick with the one fire control position. It's a CV. It shouldn't be getting into gunfights. Okay, and we are going to probably press those into service pretty damn quickly. Couple more destroyers finished. Still not going to get electro-optical director. I think we might... Where is that one? It's fire control, right? Yeah, we're going to drop that down to medium priority. Oh, also, speaking of new stuff, let's get a new destroyer out. Whoops. Really, game? You're going to put 6-inch guns on it? Diesel, I would like to get 36 knots if we can find a way. I don't care how you do it, just find a way. Nope, no secondaries. 5-inch guns. Thank you, game. I don't know why you're trying to slap 6-inch guns on a destroyer. I think that is silly. And you should feel bad for thinking that that's a good idea. Now, do we want to try to put some HSMs on here? And I think the obvious answer is yes. Yes, we do. So we will have 4 HSMs, or excuse me, heavy SSMs. We'll just call it, screw, we'll just call it HSMs for short. Let's see. 30 mines, no minesweeping gear, 4 depth charge throwers, ASW mortar rockets, increased depth charge storage, which is still useful for now, but eventually will be useless. Do we... No, we'll stick with 8 tubes. 8 tubes is fine. Diesel, 36 knot speed, 4 2-gun turrets, 5-inch guns each. I would like to have 2 fire control positions, however. So we will go down to just 2 medium AA guns, so it's basically just 2, well, so that's, I was going to say phalanx, but that's in no way accurate, because that would be the CWIS, or the CIWS, rather. Okay, yeah, this is literally just, like, radar-directed Bofors. There's only going to be 2 of those, so it's not a whole lot, and you don't have any light AA, but I think we'll survive without light AA for now. It's not exactly useful. You need to get CIWS to get light AA to be useful against missiles, and that is like 15, 20 years out. Unless we get some real good luck when it comes to research priorities. So brand new destroyers as well. We're going to pump out a whole bunch of those because we need them. Mostly just to fill our ranks more than anything else. Oh, 4-inch auto-loaded dual purpose. Not that I plan to use auto-loaded 4-inch guns. They're actually not that good. Let's go to the build screen. How much to build 12 of them? That is basically our entire monthly budget right now. And these will take 16 months to build. We're doing it. Screw it. We'll do it. Shokaku is going to probably have to wait a little bit. Because that is... Well, actually, it's not that bad. We can queue up one without too many issues and drop our spying on China because we're clearly not going to get it. And we should be cash positive again once these Kinugasas finish their rebuilds. Yep, there we go. Another thing I'm thinking of is maybe a brand new CL. I think this is the design I looked at. Yes, that would look to be correct. Yes, I'm going to give you heavy surface-to-surface missiles, radar directed. We are still a little over. Do we stick with the 4-inch guns or we do the 5-inch? Those are 35. That is... Okay, actually, those are better. Those are better. With the heavy A factor. Okay, game. You might be convincing me. You might be convincing me. To do 4-inch dual purpose. As opposed to 5-inch. Because at least they're auto-loaded. Now, do I want to do all 4? Or do I want to do just 2 tubes? Because we are a bit over on the top side. And I would love to keep all 8 medium AA, given the opportunity. We will give you a single light AA. I will also adjust the positioning of these just a little bit so they're not sort of hanging off the side of the boat. Okay, I need to find a way to use up about 200 tons of weight, evidently. Game is not a fan. Oh, well, you know, spacious doesn't actually quite do it, so guess that's not going to cut it. Let's make you 34 knots. 35. Can't take out 36. I'm kind of liking 35 knot CLs. Let's pick a name for these. These are going to be the... What do we want to call... What do you suggest, game? You suggest the Unebi. I kind of like it. But I'm also inclined to say I might want to do a Tone. I'm going to be honest with you, game. I kind of almost want to do a Tone. I really do. I don't know for certain if that's really what I want. No, we'll stick it with the Unebe in... I was going to say commemoration, but that's not quite the right word. For the Unebe that got sunk previously. Now, do we maybe scale back and give you a little bit of actual torpedo defense? I would like for you to at least have 1, because that'll help. So yeah, we're going to scale back to 34 knots as opposed to 35. We'll give you torpedo defense 1, so you got a little bit there. It's not a whole lot, but it's something. And something counts. Now, part of my question is, it's not, well, not question necessarily, but do we stick with the 3-3 configuration here? You know, 3 guns fore, 3 guns aft. Kind of reminiscent of, what is it, like the Atlanta class? Although that had 5-inch guns and super firing, which is not something that this game supports, unfortunately. I really wish this game had super firing. I really do. Unfortunately, this top turret here is limited to broadsides. It is incapable of firing forward, just because the game does not support super firing. And I mean, maybe it's possible to modify the game files to add that. I've not bothered looking into it, because I just don't care enough to, but maybe that's something we look into for a future campaign, potentially, unless it gets added at some point. Admittedly, of course, I'm sure historically there were issues as a result of using that type of configuration, but hey, you can model some of that, I'm sure, in the game in some capacity. So, you know, you just kind of got to figure it out. But yeah, this is, I think, going to be our brand new light cruiser design. We're also going to be pumping these out a fair bit. I think we might queue up another Shokaku. That was my timer that went off as well. But I think we're going to queue up another Shokaku in a moment. A little bit faster, a bit more range, still 0 firepower. Not even a pistol for the pilot to shoot at other planes with. Not that that's going to do him much good in this era. Yeah, let's get 2 Shokakus ready. We're going to lose money. Let's wrap up the Mutsukis. Admittedly, is now a good time to design the Unebe? Probably not, for the primary reason being that we're probably not building it for a bit. It's going to be probably like a year until we build it. Just because we're kind of sort of broke on the monthly budget. We can't afford to build that alongside all the Nokazes that I just queued up previously. Yeah. Let's go ahead and let's let the design finish. Rebellion in the French possession of the Antilles. Well, obviously we should support the rebels to create trouble for France. Working on the problem of improved anti-missile jamming, but success has so far eluded them. Wonderful. How much is these? Are 2,400 each. 2,400 each, which means I can only really queue up one, otherwise I'm losing money for the next year, unless we get a budget increase, which I'm not really counting on. I think we will queue up one, just because we have the budget. And hopefully some budget frees up in the near future for us to get the other one out. Let's get the Zuikaku grouped up with the Kaga. We need to... Oh, I don't have any free destroyers to fill in for our losses. That is unfortunate, and is something I will have to rectify. Oh, you need training, buddy. Division training is only available when at war? What? Then what the hell's the point of training? You're not going to train one of your ship divisions in the middle of a war. The main reason being that that's a stupid idea. When you could have it on the front lines. Oh, but if it's on the front lines without training, it might, get sunk. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But guess what? It's more useful being in the fight than it is training back at home. If I am actively at war, I'm probably not going to be having it doing training. Do you see the logic there, game? Do you see it? Italy is interested in buying improved blind fire. By all means, I need the money. Figured we'd do one more turn. Okay, now the question is, do we maybe possibly want to do a training exercise and see if it pisses off, preferably China more so than anybody else? We might do like an absolute worst case type of battle at night in bad weather. We'll do a classic start range though if I were to do it. Yeah, we might do that next part, just to, see if we can piss off China. Not that I expected to piss them off, it's probably going to piss off Russia, who we don't care to fight. Because as mentioned, they have nothing we want. Actually, one thing I want to look at real quick. You have 59. If I go down to 4-inch auto-loaded, 78. That is a pretty significant upgrade. To the point where I'm going to say it is more than worth it to do. I don't think the game will let me do that, because the G-mount does not have a twin. So you only get the 2. But that's fine. That's okay. We need to go to spacious accommodations. This is going to be an expensive rebuild, but we're going to go ahead and I think do it. One thing I want to check before we finalize this is diesel is still more expensive, so we're not going to switch to it. We're going to stick with oil and turbine. Let's try this again, or rather set this back up again. Okay, there we go. Spacious accommodations. It's going to be $1,600 monthly cost for 8 months to do this. But I'm sorry, going from 59 heavy AA factor up to 78 is wonderful. We're doing it. Frankly, I'm surprised these things are still around. In fact, the Tsukuba is almost 40 years in service. Almost 40 years. It is our oldest ship outside of dinky corvettes that has... Well, actually, no, it hasn't. No. The Akashi at 1906 is actually the oldest. But it's a light cruiser. It's not that important. It's not a dreadnought. Well, originally a battle cruiser that then became a dreadnought. Just ignore that fact, however. As far as we're concerned, it's always been a dreadnought. We just dressed it up as a battle cruiser before. Why, I don't know. But somehow these have been... They have 0 torpedo defense, and I know for certain they have been torpedoed. But somehow, without torpedo defense and unit machinery, they have managed to eke out and survive almost 40 years. These things belong in a museum if we ever end up scrapping them, which we probably will, because the reality is we're reaching the point where dreadnoughts aren't really that important. They really aren't, in many ways. They still have some uses, especially if you need to bring guns to bear, and you can't really wait for, an airstrike to come in, because Unfortunately, we don't yet have jet attack aircraft, but once we get those, oh boy, is it going to be wonderful for us. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and queue that up. Screw it. We're going to lose money for a few turns as a result of that. But we'll survive. We'll survive. That's going to be it for this part. I will see you all next time. Until then, goodbye and farewell.